At guard, 6'6".
Now here we are, Greg, in the second half of the season. What do you think playoff-bound teams are focusing on right now?
I would say just making sure they keep the momentum heading into the postseason, as well as do everything possible to try to stay healthy.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Some big guys down front on the block. Towns and Gobert. And it's Rivera in at the small forward. Now the Timberwolves with it. And this group reaching a major milestone this season, notching their 50th win in their last game.
Hey, you love to ensure a winning season. And most NBA teams, even great ones, consider this a major accomplishment.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Conley. Second shot opportunity. Rivera the pass to Gobert. And the rejection by Holmgren. Count that one for George.
Very good inside. George got great upper body strength.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Mark Daigneault. David, what did he say?
Now, I spoke to him about the players calling Towns now. Coach said, we know Cat has size and power, so we're hoping we can match him there. We don't want to make ourselves soft targets for him. We can expect it to be intense and physical down on the block. Guys?
Thank you, David. And here's Edwards from the arc. Good on the triple.
Well, it doesn't matter where he is on the court. If Edwards likes a look, he's going to take it.
Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren the pass to Williams. He gets that one.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Rivera, no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Joe. Here's Dort. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. And it's Conley penetrating. Pass to Rivera. Edwards with it. Covered by Joe. They set the pick. Tries from 10. And there it is for him. Edwards got 5 now.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. Nice touch on the bank shot.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. People in the know how good of a defender he is.
And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
Rivera the pass to Towns. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Towns a screen on Dort. Here's Rivera. Excellent D there from Williams. For Oklahoma City, their last game was a loss to Minnesota.
Rough game defensively. I mean, they lost a lot of the individual matchups, and the help was slow to rotate.
And being slow on your rotations is a killer. There's not a team in the league that won't punish you for that.
So it's Minnesota now. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Rivera. Kept alive. For the 3. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4. And still fresh on everybody's mind, the moment when MP eclipsed the incredible point total that Michael Jordan scored in his legendary 1986-87 season. Greg, you remember it well. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he scored 3,041 points that year, the highest total of his career. It's stunning to see a player surpass it, and that's the kind of generational talent MP is.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. From about 19 feet, a tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second bucket of the night.
And he had a good look, and Gilgeous-Alexander made it pay off.
And for the Western Conference, we have a chance now to recognize our Player of the Week, Captain Clutch.
And what can you say about how huge he has been for this offense? Everything he's done, from the scoring, the shooting, the playmaking, you take him out of the lineup, and there's no telling just how different this team looks.
The Thunder leading by 3. Here's Joe. Oh, good on the 3. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Minnesota. Here's Rivera, covered by Joe. Back to Towns. Williams with the steal. And it's Captain Clutch with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. There aren't many players who can score at the volume he has and make it look as easy as he does every game. He averages more than 36 points a game. Now here's Williams. 3-point lead. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Dort. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Dort. Now a look at the stats for him. Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. To the inside. Rivera. And the layup is good. Rivera's got 6 points.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's blocked, and they get it back. Another shot. Banked in off the glass. He's got 6.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Just a smart veteran play by Conley, making sure the ball gets to the guy with the best shot available.
Outside, Dort. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Michael Conley picks one up.
And Gilgeous-Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. Rivera the pass to Edwards. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Pass to Holmgren. Back to Joe. To the paint. Trying to find Gilgeous-Alexander. Gets it to him. And yes, it's good.
As hot as he's been,
Yeah,
the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. Cason Wallace, he's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dillingham with it, Wallace covering. Pass to Rivera. Here he goes. That's good, and that evens things out for him. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Now here's Wallace. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Joe, good.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
To the middle, here's Rivera, and he goes in for the dunk.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. The Thunder leading by 4. Williams passes to Wallace. Back to Williams. Lets a floater go. Yep, it counts. Williams has got 6 points. Timberwolves trail by 6. Pass to Rivera. Reed with it. Holmgren with the steal. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Wallace kicks to Williams. Outside, Dort. Back to Joe. 4 on the clock. Back to Dort. For 3. Poked away. For Minnesota, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. Buries the long-range jumper. And that's 15 points for Captain Clutch.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
Now here's Williams. He has 6. Puts it up from 12, and there's another one for the Thunder.
A quick trigger, and from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Here's Dillingham. Wallace covering. Dillingham, no good. And so it's Williams who brings it up for Oklahoma City. It's a 5-point game. Last time they came together was in Minnesota, where they fell to the Wolves.
Well, they were on the wrong side of a very close matchup last time they met, but what a great game.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. Well, they call him Captain Clutch. And in the last game against the Thunder, put on a show. He scored an incredible number of points, and as always, he was aggressive on the glass, outworking everybody else on the floor. A fantastic performance from him. Something he wants to repeat tonight. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Holmgren can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 6. Over to the left wing. Here's Dillingham. Defended by Dort. Reed with a screen for Dillingham.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, we'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Wallace kicks to Williams. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Hartenstein's checked in for Chet Holmgren. Wiggins comes in for Dort. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Isaiah Joe. Alexander Walker traps in the tray.
Boy, both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Defense right on him. The tray. The shot comes out. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been on display for Oklahoma City. He got into double digits for the... And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What do you guys think about the Thunder here in this one?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Yeah, turning defense into offense, getting out in the open floor. This is exactly what they wanted.
On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Joe Ingles is out there with Captain Clutch. Then it's Dillingham. Then there's Reed. And it's Edwards in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12 in the game.
And the move and the basket SGA has the defense shook.
Here's Ingles. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Dillingham. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Wednesday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Friday, they'll continue the road trip heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks.
And that game against the Spurs, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
Conley for 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. Outside, Jones. Inside, here's Wiggins. Hartenstein passes to Wiggins. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. He's got 14.
He's been reliable from the floor, and that's reflected on the scoreboard.
Here's Rivera. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Well, Conley is a consummate team player. He loves to get other guys good shots.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Ingles with the rebound.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Edwards against Wallace. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Jones sets the pick for Gilgeous-Alexander. Higgins outside to the wing on the left. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots. And he hits the jump shot. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 16.
Well, he's been very efficient in this quarter. Keep getting him the ball.
And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
11 feet away. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander. For 3, Edwards. Offensive rebound, Rivera. He shoots again. Wiggins with the rebound. And it's Wiggins with the ball for the Thunder. Shoots from 14. Nice D from Rivera.
I think he got the shot he wanted inside, but somewhere on the play, he just lost focus.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Wiggins. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Wiggins has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Here's Rivera, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. Outside, Jones. On the wing, Wallace. Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Jones. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Cason Wallace. And a change for the Timberwolves. Towns is checked in. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Here's Joe. Edwards defending. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Conley. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go. 18 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Out to the right wing. Down low. And slam dunk by Gobert.
I mean, could this be any easier for Gobert? The rim is right there for him.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, here's Holmgren. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game. Gilgeous-Alexander. Can't get it to go. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Over in the corner, Conley. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Three-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren with a screen on Conley. Here's Joe. Makes it off the glass. Joe's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
It's tipped and stolen by Wiggins. To the middle. Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
You want a high percentage take offensively, get it to Holmgren in that spot.
Outside, Towns. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 6 assists in the game. Oklahoma City's gone 1-2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Again, the Thunder score.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
Edwards with the screen for Towns. Gobert the pass to Rivera. And Gobert kicks to Towns. Shot clock at 6. Knocked away. And stolen by Wiggins. Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. From 12 feet out. And there's another one for the Thunder. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been offensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. And so we conclude the first half. Thunder lead by 12. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Hello, everybody. We're here to break it all down, and through the first half of play, they're dominating this game like we dominate every other sports halftime show.
Oh, wow. Okay, Ernie. Shots fired.
Yeah, and I got his back.
And time to talk now about that first half. What a dominant display for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thanks for joining us.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Captain Clutch having a dominant impact in this game.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
Dort and Williams up in the forward position. Isaiah Joe is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Holmgren in at center. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Even now, Stan in his late 30s, Mike Conley still able to perform at a very high level.
Well, Kevin, his father was a gold medalist in track and field. So even as Mike Jr. has maybe lost a step, he's still able to compete athletically.
Dort with the ball, now defended by Rivera. Joe finds Williams. Outside, Dort. The three. Corner, no good. Timberwolves trail by 9. And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
Kevin, Mike Conley's leadership is huge for the Wolves. Rudy Gobert says his presence on the court, but especially in the locker room, is invaluable. Coach Chris Finch said he's given us everything and more. Conley says to have this kind of trust from everyone is why I'm here. This is what I'm supposed to do. Kevin?
He is a class act. David, thanks. As a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They team to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
Outside Williams. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Pass to Joe. Outside, Dort. Cranes the three-pointer. Dort's got 5 points now this quarter.
And the three-point shot wasn't always there for Dort, but he's put in a ton of work on it, and it shows.
Gobert dishes to Edwards. Here's Rivera. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Both free throws good from Rivera. The Thunder leading by 8. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 24. Count that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 26 points.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Pass to Rivera. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. For 3, Edwards. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Timberwolves trail by 10. Pass to Rivera. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander. The Timberwolves have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second. And he's given them a good contribution at the line tonight, getting there a lot and delivering on his opportunities.
Now, Joe. Pass to Holmgren. Outside Williams. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
The Thunder have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
Outside Edwards. Pass to Rivera. And here is Conley. Inside. Gobert in the corner. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And it's easy to give up after a play like that, but this team needs to keep fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely a momentum shifter, but it's time to refocus, make smart decisions, and start fighting their way back.
Joe with it. The 3. Count it. Number 5 from the 4 this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Yeah, he's been able to turn it around after a rough first half. He's now looking much better offensively.
Rivera the pass to Towns. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Thunder?
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the 3.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific, doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
It's good from long range. Joe's got 11 points.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Here's Towns. And it goes down 2 points.
Excellent work by Towns, refusing to let the contact throw him off balance.
The Thunder leading by 14. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's another one for the Thunder.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Now, here's George, guarded by Rivera. On the wing, Williams. 13 points in the game. Joe in the corner. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 5 assists tonight.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
Bounce pass, Conley. It's Edwards on the wing. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. Yeah, Edwards has some big bounce in his step.
Nice angle on that replay with the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. It's deflected. Rivera the pass to Towns. Pass to Gobert. Outside Conley. Here's Rivera. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
He is just self-willing, his team right now, doing everything he can to keep them alive.
And the Thunder making a change here. Hartenstein's checked in. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game. And he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Outside Williams. Diving in. Pass to Joe. Over Conley. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Rivera. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Look, if you're open, Conley sees you. That was a great pass.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Pass to Joe. Takes a three. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Well, he's already hit more threes since halftime than he did in the whole first half. He might have figured something out.
The NBA is all...